The Bikeriders is out in theaters, new film from Jeff Nichols, who among other things made Take Shelter, a movie I really liked. This one stars Austin Butler, Jodie Comer, Tom Hardy, Michael Shannon, Mike Faist, Boyd Holbrook, Damon Harriman, who kind of looks like a serious, more ominous version of Conan O'Brien, Toby Wallace, and Norman Reedus. It's based on a picture book made by Danny Leon, a photojournalist who spent time in the 1960s and 1970s interviewing members of the real-life motorcycle club Vandals that roamed the American Midwest at the time. The story in this film focuses mainly on three characters. Kathy, played by Jodie Comer, who is essentially the narrator of the film and the outsider looking in. She's not part of the gang. She's the wife of one of the bikers named Benny. Benny himself, played by Austin Butler, a strong and silent type, very heavily reminiscent of James Dean, a guy who is young, rebellious, and only wants to ride his motorcycle and fight people who are not his friends. And finally, Johnny, played by Tom Hardy, the creator and leader of the Vandals gang, a working class man styling himself after Marlon Brando as he sort of struggles to control the club that is growing away from him. But in reality, the film is much more sprawling in terms of characters. It's not just about these three. It has an entire tapestry of interesting and memorable supporting characters played by excellent character actors. As a result, it feels less like a singular story of one protagonist and more like a chronicle of an organization and a social phenomenon as it changed over the years. And as such, I liked it very much. It reminded me of this book, actually. I haven't read the original picture book by Dan Leon, but I read this, The Proud Highway, which is a collection of letters by Hunter S. Thompson, a journalist, a gonzo journalist who himself has also embedded himself within a different motorcycle gang that was in California, and that was, of course, the Hells Angels. But the atmosphere is very similar. I thought, it was an interesting study of how an organization like this forms out of people who partly feel disenfranchised, partly feel a lack of belonging and have the need for kinship and community, and partly they're also just bored by the monotony of their working class lives. And then how that grows and becomes more difficult to control and is taken over by more violent criminal types of people, many of them joining up after returning from the Vietnam War and having that experience color their attitudes, is also about men who do not know how to express and handle their emotions. The director himself stated that's the reason why the narrator is a woman. Otherwise the story wouldn't be presented through the same lens. We wouldn't get the point of seeing these men who are acting tough and strong and cool, but deep underneath have lots of emotional turmoil that they just simply do not know how to properly handle and express. I think the performances are very good. Austin Butler has an amazing screen presence, and some people have criticized his character for being sort of flat, but he does what is expected of him. Jodie Comer does a great job of grounding the film emotionally for me, and also does terrific accent work. And then Tom Hardy, whose accent by comparison is all over the fucking place, but he still manages to be rather magnetic as he can be. I thought all of the supporting cast are extremely colorful and memorable. There's a great monologue by Michael Shannon in the film. The production design is fantastic. Between the bikes and the clothes and the hairstyles and the music, the atmosphere of those times is really, really well done. I liked it quite a lot. I think it's a film whose strength does not lie in its riveting plot, but instead in being a chronicle of the times and the people and their social dynamics. And as that, the movie does a wonderful job.